Hi everyone, today we're going to finish off this series when we're taking a look at the most influential moment in the 2020 polling. And so this was a series we took a look at starting off with Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg. We took a look at the Buttigieg double surge, where he surged first, going from pretty much nowhere to somewhere. He went from being an unknown mayor of South Bend into kind of Elizabeth Warren territory, Kamala Harris territory, sort of in the mid-tier. And then he broke out and he surpassed people like Kamala Harris, and he broke out and he went up. And the second surge was during the point where he was obviously surging, but also in the early states. So I might do one of these. I might do, an overall Iowa polling thing, and then an overall New Hampshire polling. But I won't be spending too much longer because I do want to get onto the general election, because 2020 there's going to be a lot. So yes, there is the presidential race, as important as it is, and I'll probably try and do at least weekly updated projections, Biden versus Trump predictions based on that week's news, the polling, etc. I'll also be doing things like Senate breakdowns, what each seat looks like it's going to go to, projections for the House. I'll be doing election nights, a lot of governors, a lot of great things. I'll be doing stories probably about videos looking at Biden's vice presidency options, taking a look at what would probably be the most beneficial for him in terms of politically. But fifth, Kamala Harris after the first debate surge and then falling back. And then you saw the Bloomberg rise, right? You could see Michael Bloomberg going up, up, up. The Warren surge and fall, so this was when the media really seemed to have an affinity for her, and then going back down. And then the Sanders massive rise, which we took a look at on Sunday, or maybe it's Saturday or Friday or Monday or Tuesday, wherever you are in the world. But Sanders going up, and today we're taking a look at what I'm calling the Biden ultra surge, because it is such a massive surge. So if you take a look here at the green line, this was after South Carolina and Super Tuesday. Joe Biden, he just ballooned right up, right onto the top of the field, where that he has an insurmountable lead, and he's really has quite a lot of difference between himself and Senator Sanders. And you could really see Joe Biden just catapulting himself, just going, it seems all the work that was done really didn't matter, because, we were talking about, how, look at this massive surge, but then Joe Biden just goes, hold my tea, right? So Joe Biden really saw a massive rise after Super Tuesday in South Carolina, when all the moderate candidates dropped out and endorsed him. You could see people like Senator Klobuchar, people like Mayor Buttigieg, Congressman O'Rourke, people like that, right? You could see them endorsing the former vice president, and that really gave Biden the boost that he needed. And a few other people like Senator Harris, Senator Booker, they also lined up behind Biden later. But at that point, it was too little, too late for Bernie Sanders. And the Biden ultra surge, I think it's a bit overlooked, because, in national polling, you could really see this, it was by far the biggest, single day, or this might have been 2 or 3 day surge ever in the national polling, and probably even, in terms of previous years in terms of their results. But yeah, Joe Biden with a big surge. And in terms of how influential it really was, because then it gave the perception to people in places like Michigan that, Biden has this insurmountable lead, and that's really what gave Biden the boost that he needed. in order to go through. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Thank you. Good night.